Okay, close that out. We'll see when we come live. All right, there we are up on Twitch. Off to a good start. Let's see if we're on YouTube. Ah, there we are. I don't know why it... Whatever. Whatever. For those of you on YouTube, there is a... just a little hiccup there where we got 3 Kingdom Death monsters. I don't know why, but let me just change that camera. But it doesn't matter because we've got this all figured out. So sorry about that. There's 2 other ones out there, but you'll see the live one, and if you want to check it out, you'll know that we are live here doing what we always do. Stuff. We've got Twitch running, so if anybody wanted to go over to Twitch, that'd be fine. Actually, I can see the chat better there than the one over here, believe it or not. But we'll get going in a minute or two. Today, well, you know what today is. It's Wednesday, and it's the day I pulled double duty. Vid and sounds good. Good. No reverb or anything like that. So one of the big projects that I've had to do is I've got to finish up painting some Kingdom Death Monster. So we decided to start with the Screaming Antelope, and then we are moving to, which we'll do probably next week at some point, the Flower Knight. So we're going to want to get him done. We'll talk all about that as we get going. Right now, I just want to walk you through an easy way to how to paint this. I mean, isn't that what it's all about, really? I mean, come on. We try to keep things simple here for you. Okay, all right. I don't know why that keeps changing like that. All right, and regardless, we got it all figured out. Let's see. Okay, so we're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. I mean, what more could we want? I don't know. What more could we want? Okay, so let me downsize this. There we go. Move this over here because we just installed a second monitor to make things a little easier for us. Let me just make sure that's good. I just figure I will give everybody a few minutes to come in, both on Twitch and YouTube there. And I'm looking at YouTube. Okay, looks like everybody's piling. All right, so I figured I start a little early. I wanted to get things going because we're going over and we're doing Secrets of the Lost Station over on, yeah, you guessed it. You guessed it 100% on Board Game Geek. So I'm looking forward to doing that for sure. So let's see. Why don't we set up our video here? And because I now have... What did I do here? Oh, okay. There. I'm trying to get used to 2 screens. I added. Hey, how you doing, Saeed? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate it. What I wanted to do. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Is okay. Let me just make sure. I'm getting used to. I installed another screen so I can keep track of all the chats and all the other things that go on this silly thing. All right, so you'll notice that now when you look at the big screen there, yeah, you notice how we don't have that reverberation anymore? That's because I'm able to move everything over to the other screen, which makes things a heck of a lot easier for your old boy here. I don't need this anymore. So why don't we just get right to it? I'm going to make sure that this pops up just right. And okay, let's start. Yeah, there we go. Exactly what we were hoping for. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to move this over here so I can see it a little better. Move this over a little bit so you can hear me better. All right, so the first thing I do is I take a uniform gray. Now, one of the things, when I start showing the paints, it's going to be blurry, so just bear with it. I'll be able to tell you which paints are that I used. The reason is I came a little closer with this camera, and I didn't realize when I was coming up to the camera, I was losing a few things there. But hey, that's the way it goes. So as you can see, I'm using an army builder here. Okay, I really like these paints. The more I use them, the more I like them. And the reason for that is once you get the medium out, the paint is really good. You shake it up right, it comes out, it works well, and you're going to see that I use this uniform gray as a the screen stopped for a minute. I stopped the video, so no, it's not frozen on your screen. But I use this as an undercoat instead of spraying it. So let's watch. I paint it on. So I just take a little bit. I grabbed the wrong brush. I used my glue brush, right? Oh, no, I already changed that out. All right, so as you can see, we're just kind of, I'm just getting it on there and moving around. And look how well it goes over. I mean, it goes over very, very well. I really like how that goes on. And for those of you over at Twitch, thanks for popping in. I really appreciate it, as always. And there we go. We're just getting good coverage. Now, inside his rib cage, it's just supposed to be flesh and ribs. But I put the gray there as a base. So when I put the other colors in there, it'll offset a little bit. And you can see, oh, excuse me. James, how are you? And you can see all I'm doing is just, the hard thing about this guy is the way he stands on his base. So you actually have to paint him off his base. So I'm grabbing with those stupid mitts of mine, by a hoof. So we're just moving that around. And it's going on really well, which I was very surprised at. And there we go. Okay, I'm just checking both chats, making sure that we have everybody here. And please, as always, if you're in Twitch, just become a follower. We would appreciate it. And over here on YouTube, of course, like and subscribe. Now, this is an Emperor Childress, and I really like this for the inside because of how I'm gonna work this. Now you're looking, you're going, oh wow, man, that's way too pink. But because of the washes I'm going to put over this, you're going to see what I'm talking about and how it's going to come out a little later. And I think you'll really enjoy this. This is just a simple way. I mean, I've seen some people do some beautiful work. I mean, remarkable work. But, we all can't paint that way. And that's why I try to really just keep things nice and simple. So, anybody can pick up a brush and do this. If you have Kingdom Death Monster and you've been just playing with them as the white plastic, hey, that's okay too. Because it was quite a chore just to put these together. But in honesty there we go. So after we get done with that, I'm gonna put some Abaddon black onto those hoofs. That's right. We're gonna put that right on there. We're gonna get that in there real well. That's what I'm talking about. All right. And when this is over, when this movie's over, I'm gonna show you on one of the other cameras. I'm gonna come in close and you guys can get a real good look at this when it's finished. But again, just keeping it nice and simple where you can just, a nice lesson of just putting some paint on these things and really bringing out what are some fantastic miniatures. I mean, these things are just gorgeous. They really are. Kingdom Death Monster is just a special game to begin with. And I know Ryan Blackwell is going to be very, very happy to see finally that we are getting to his Kingdom Death Monster. But because it's such a big project, we just had a few more things to finish up, and I think he'll be happy with it. Okay, next we are going to take some Screaming Skull and just go over. That's right. Nice and easy over this. Taking our time. See? Just, and I like to keep this video nice and condensed and clean and short. You know, we don't need to go 2 hours watching this get painted, but just taking that screaming skull, taking care of those horns properly. Okay? But we're not just going to do the horns there. We want to make sure we get them real good. There we go. Just take your time. Just take your time. And as always, if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. It's all right. It's going to be okay. Let me see if I can move this up a little bit. There we go. There we go. I want to just move. Okay, there we go. So it doesn't look like I'm falling off the thing. Let's move this up from the bottom. There we go. There, you guys should see that a little bit better. There we go. All right, now I'm just taking those ribs. I'm taking care of those ribs right there. Really making sure that we get that in those ribs. And I'm not worried about being messy with it or anything like that, because we're going to put a wash over this, and we're going to go back over it after we go on the wash. We're just trying to get a good area there. Yeah, he's got a little rib on the side there. Yeah. He's got a few ribs that are just popping out of him. E. Connolly, how are you? Thanks for the great vids. I really appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Now we're going to take some Nulun oil, as some people call it. I just call it black wash. And we're going to, see how I stick my finger right in there? That's probably the only good thing about that open area. Godzilla Lover, how are you? And again, don't forget to go over to Twitch if you can and watch over there. I really appreciate it. We appreciate any kind of support we can get as we try to get that channel going on over there. Please, if you're not following us over on Twitch, make sure that you do. It's Rob's Tabletop World. Now, I'm just taking this wash, and look what it's doing, okay? What do we always talk about? I talk about it till I'm blue in the face, about creating depth, okay? You know, it's one of the biggest things is creating not that flat 2D surface, but actually that 3D, you know, lights and shadows. That's how the world works. It's all lights and shadows all the time. And we're just going to get and make sure that we get every bit of this that we possibly can while trying to hold this guy and not paint our hands that much. We all know how that works, right? Okay, whoops. There we go. Just moving something around a little bit. Oh, Mr. High Warlord Steno's on. How about that? And there we go. We're just finishing out that tail. Hey, Miss Helen Adams. As always, Helen, give him the old rundown on the Twitch and all that. I'd really appreciate it. We're just working that in there. Look how we just work. We're just working. I want to get over that face is what's really, really key. Because if you can get that face a certain way and it stands out, it really makes a huge difference. And we're going to be doing a bunch of King Death Monsters. We've got a lot of things going on. Now we're going to work on the base while that wash dries. Now, I like using this clear Elmer's glue, believe it or not. I like it better than the white stuff because it doesn't leave a cloudy film. So I've been using that. As you can see, I bought the big bottle for $5.99. Now, I didn't have a Q-tip. I didn't want to ruin another brush. So I used probably one of the best things. I am on mobile at the moment. Boy, Helen, you are special. So I use my finger. Simple as that. I just move that around a little bit. There we go. See? Boom. Heroic. Now you see it has a nice flat surface. So what do? Well, now I got all that stuff in there. I'm just going to take some of this grass and I'm just going to move it around there. Going to move it around nice and easy, nice and easy. Look at that. And don't forget, my head is spinning. Oh, great. And as you can see, I'm moving it around and just really pushing it into that glue so it really gets wet and sticks in there. And we get a nice hard surface. Just using my finger, not a worry in the world. And you see, it's perfect for what we want. Shake the excess off. And then we kind of just move it around. Sometimes using your fingers is the best way to do it. There we go. Piece of cake, because we really want this to look nice, especially for this particular piece. All right, we're going to tap that off a little bit. There we go. But, you know, we're not done there. We're not done. No way. No way, Jose. For sure. Matt, how are you? All right, so now I'm just going to take some liching. And first I'm going to make sure the glue's open. And that's kind of key. And we're going to stick that in there. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, we're going to get that one in there. And right now it looks okay, but it needs something. So I decide, what the heck, why don't we add something to it? All right, we could do that. And yeah, I just put a big mound of glue there. And then we just add some of this, another bottle that I had of this gray sand. I just figured it'd break up too much of the green. And I just kind of, I was in a mood to play with the old fingers. There, we have a little glue there too. And I just stomp that in there. There we go. And it just kind of breaks up the whole feel of it. So it just doesn't, again, it's a different look to give it a little more depth. We get off the extra stuff there. Perfect, piece of cake. Do a little shake job. There we go. Now, we're going to take some administrative gray, like I said, and all we're going to do is very lightly. Look how lightly I'm touching over that. Because now what we're trying to do is bring out the muscle structure. That's all we're trying to do. Now, you can see I'm working on two of these at the same time. We got one that's laying there, so it's not an optical illusion, folks. There we go, nice and easy. Well, actually, you guys can't see it. Okay. Again, look what I'm doing. By dry brushing over a lighter color, what do we have? Exactly. There we go, nice and easy. Mr. Connolly, been having a great time with D100. Thanks to your top 10 solitary player vids. Also has a co-op mode that the game group is exciting to try. Yes, it is a fantastic, fantastic game. I love that game. All right, there we go. See how I'm just working it in there? Now it looks like fur. I wanted to take this Wild Rider red. Okay, as you can see, I already put a coat on. This is the second coat I'm putting on because I want that eye to be dead. Oh, thank you, Godzilla Girl Lover. Thank you so much. You are the best. It's Godzilla Girl too. I like that one. Now you see how that eye looks? There's just this sinister and those pink. Do you see how the washed out? Let's go back a little bit. Hold on. We're going to bring this over here. Hold on here. All right. I just want to freeze it here. Oh, no, I don't. Let's go back. Because I don't think I show this. There we go. If you look inside here and you see how the wash just really, remember how pink it was? Well, it darkened it up. it really darkened it. The wash just darkened all that up. But right here, the eye, I wanted the eye to have a kind of like a power effect, but I wanted it to be a dead eye. You know, where the thing has gone beyond, has no sense of reality or or what it is. I mean, it's obviously dead, and just make it look like it's possessed by some kind of power source. I really think that that's what kind of works here. Yep, just dropping that in. And you see where that just kind of just sits in there perfectly. Next thing, we're going to take the screaming skull. See, you see where I kind of lose it there? Yeah, because I'm getting too close to the camera with the things. And we're just going to go over those. Yeah, exactly. We're just going to go over those ribs again. Remember, they got dulled down by the wash, so we kind of want to really just go over those ribs. That's all we want to do. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. And you see where this, yeah, right over those horns. Just working it over there. Perfect. Making sure that we get the back of those horns as well. Perfect. Easy peasy, right? Easy peasy. And then before you know it, work in there a little bit, work there a little bit. Bring our hands up a little bit. Keep an eye on both chats here. There we go. Yep, just work it in there. And it looks pretty good. And there he is. I mean, I don't think it's not a hard job. It's not an overly complicated job. The key thing that you have there, and we show what we're going to be doing next. All right, we're going to be doing that flower night. And that's going to be a project. That's next on our agenda. Well, and then look at this bad boy. Wasn't hard at all, was it? I mean, we whipped right through that. And there you go. Easy as can be. Easy as can be to do the screaming antelope. I'm going to show you exactly what he looks like live here. Oh, right? You think I would switch it over before we went over there, right? Unbelievable. Well, let's see if we can bring this in a little bit. There we go. Let's bring bad boy in here. And then we can take a look. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this screaming antelope. And here's what we really want to take a look at. Now, what was I talking about the whole time? First of all, the reason I was doing him and didn't have him on a base is because of the way he sits. I mean, look, he's on those two things, and that took a while just to get that the way it is, you know, and it can easily fall off. So you really want to take good care of this model. But as you can see, by putting that wash in there and then dry brushing over, you see the detail that we get? Now, we could have used different colors and stuff like that, but that just wasn't for me. And then you have, you know, the broken ribs all around. And remember, that's Emperor's Children in there with a good wash in there. So it gives some good balance in there. And that's all we're looking to do. All right, really simple jobs. And remember what I said about the eyes, right? I want those eyes to look, you know, like this was a beautiful creature of nature at one time until the darkness took hold. And now it's just a lifeless husk of a creature. And, you know, here we go. Just keeping it very, very simple, but getting the result that we want. The base works with it perfectly. And really just sits up there. Hey, Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels, Danny, how are you? Well, that's Danny anyways. I appreciate you popping over there. Just really getting what we want and building a very uniqueness to this. And very simple, right? We got this done in a half hour. Half hour we covered everything that you need to do, and it's very basic in the coats and things that we want to do. So what's next? Well, we're gonna do a couple of things. We're gonna be painting the flower night. I believe we have the green night still that we have to do. Um, and I'm also going to try to show you how to put these together. Now, if you go to kingdomdeathmonster.com, you will find that there is a really great um, tutorial where they have, and they show you how to put these together, because some of these can be, a little touchy on putting them together. Hey, Steph, um, what the most important thing is, just take your time, do what you need to do, and just you'll get through it, and it'll be fine. And we'll show you step by step, as well as painting. We're going to, again, make things nice and simple, get a good effect. All right, I mean, this isn't the best one I've ever seen, but it's good enough to get to the board and have some fun with your friends, and that's what we're looking to do. Keep it nice and simple and easy for you and your friends. All right, I don't think it could get much easier than that. Zeblik, what's up? All righty. So that covers our paint tutorial here. I wanted to do something a little different here than doing a part 1 and then part 2 on BGG. Now over on BGG, BGG, you're going to be seeing Secrets of the Lost Station. Now this is going to be, this was a lot of fun to paint. We'll take a look at those over there and how we went about doing that. I think you'll really enjoy it as well. And it'll be a lot of fun. So I hope you'll join us at 4 o'clock, actually, over on Board Game Geek. And you got it. That's right. We are going to be painting Secrets of the Lost Station Part 1. We'll be going over that. I had to break the video up into 2 parts because it's like 45 minutes, for crying out loud. We tried to get a lot of the figures done. So I hope you enjoyed our antelope. It is not the nicest of the antelopes, but it is evil and ready to fight our heroes. And guess what? We will be doing that very soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And until next time, my dear, dear friends, as always, it is your old pal Rob saying, we're going to see you real soon. And by what I mean by soon, about 40 minutes. Check us out over on Board Game Geek. We'll see you over there. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.